Sir, I think the protest that is going on is right, and it should be done, because safety of the doctors, especially the female doctors, as they are working for long 36 hours long duties as well. And if still they are not safe, and not the protection is not provided to them, then it is not good, because all of the years of hard work goes into waste and drain. And so I think the protest is the correct thing which is going on. And also they are demanding for the CPA Act, that is the Central Protection Act for the doctors, which was needed to be passed in 2020 in the parliament. The bill was passed, but it did not got approved. So I think such things should be approved and done for the safety of doctors. And also the a little relief from the long duty hours should also be uh, given to the doctors.
Okay. The news of Arjikar College.
Yes, sir.
So, what do you think about such incidents happen and should not happen again? There must be some safety profile. What are your views about it?
Yes, sir. The RGKR, the incidents happened. That is a very, first of all, very shameful event for our country and our society, sir. It
Right.
is very inhuman that that a very 31st year, 31-year-old female candidate being a doctor in any branch for so. There are many efforts from that candidate, from the parents, and even from some teachers or from the part of society. And she was serving there uh, uh, as a part of her routine duties, sir. But in our society, there are some inhuman people who have did that act, and in my opinion, that is very shameful and that is very inhuman to our society. In my opinion, that as per our law suggests, that person or whosoever or how many people have done that, even that is not cleared right now. But how whosoever are responsible for that act should be punished to the best of the law suggests, sir.
What should be the safety profile for doctors so that this incident should not happen again, or measures should be
Sure.
taken strictly?
Yes, sure. So, as far as I have worked in medical colleges, in primary health centers, and in secondary health centers also, sir. I found that there is no security measures, no police constable or any army person or anyone to talk about. Any security person is not there in hospital scenarios, especially in casualty situations, sir. And we all know that in casualties of hospital, we receive many patients which are intoxicated
Aggressive.
with different types of drugs which are aggressive. Even if even the patient is normal, then their relatives are too much aggressive. And in my opinion, this is the reality of our India, that we have limited doctors for our increasing population, sir. Also, not only the numbers of doctors, but the institutes or the health facilities which should be developed by government, that are these those facilities are also minimum in number as compared to our increasing populations. So any doctor working in government setup is highly workloaded, is highly suffering to some kind of his stress due to his work. And in that scenarios, if there are medical legal cases, if there is some responsible decision to take, and if the public is not cooperating, then we have to raise our voice, sir, or we have to do something about it. But there is no security person, there is no police officer. If even if we inform them at such scenarios, there will be delay to reach to the hospital by them, and up till that scenarios, anything can happen with us. So, in my opinion, there should be a protocol or a strict protocol, strict surveillance or there should be like bouncers or something. Security person should be there to face such aggressive or such intoxicated people who comes and disturb us from our duties.
Okay, now
Yes,
I
sir. In
want to
my
know.
experience, sir, when
Okay, you have experience already.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. In my experience, when I was working in internship in one of the MCGM hospital, there were security bouncers available for us. So there were always four bouncers available in that hospital, and that hospital was very prone for such aggressive scenarios. There in if it I have worked in that hospital in 2 months time duration, and I have worked in casualties only. In 2 months of time duration, I have seen 10 to 15 cases in which the people have aggressively came on us, have tried to assault us. And I was very fortunate that there were those four bouncers always available in night duty or
Good.
day duty or any situations. So they were very helpful for us to in such scenarios.
Yes, it is
So this
demand of
can be
right.
means in as per my experience, I have suggested this point, sir.
Okay, and it's a demand of our.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a demand. It's certainly a very much demand of our, especially for the female candidates.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Sir, I think the emergency services are still on. Only the OPDs and the inpatients are at compromise right now, and I think this has to be done. If not now, then in future it will be needed to be done. So I think this is the right thing which is going on. So patients should also come forward, and the ordinary people should also come forward and support doctors and join them for the protest, so that a few of the doctors can go and serve the patient. So if ordinary people will come and join the protest, the half of the doctors at least can go and do their duty and also restart the emergency services, as only the emergency services are being compromised right now.
Okay. Really, it is needed. And most of the
Yes.
dignified people are with doctors only. I have seen even lot many
Yes.
players, those who have recently played Olympics and all, they are with you. All every other,
Yes, sir.
even I'm reading today newspapers that lawyers in Calcutta, they have today made a strike against this. And
Sir, even the Pakistani doctors are also supporting the Indian doctors.
see, yes,
They are also on protest.
see, yes.
Yes.
So a great measure should be taken as early as possible, and there must be a certain rules, regulations for the safety of the country and the people living here. You are right. Thing behind the scene. So CBI is there, everything is there.
Yes, sir. Sir, as in my opinion, in our country like India, in practical scenarios, sir, no one stands for anyone whenever the problem comes. I I have worked in public health sectors and in private hospitals also. Especially in public health sectors, the scenario is that everyone will come. If his work is done, he will not care about any other person, that whatever is going on, sir. So, as per the need of our, as per the level of crime is occurring in today's scenario, I find that the strikes or whatever the thing going on by doctors is very correct, sir. But as you can see also, there are all over India, though no emergency or no casualty services
Yes, it
are
is a good sign.
closed.
Yes.
Only
OPDs and all
non-emergency
this.
services are closed. Yes, OPDs and all those things are only closed. The emergency situations are still going on, and that defines the dignity of our profession, and that itself defines that we are not we do not deserve this kind of treatment from our fellow patients or from the relatives of those or from any society we are working in this. At least in government sections or government hospitals, that is not the place to do politics. That is not the place to do any in any media work or whatever. But we are seeing these things very routinely. I have alone experienced and faced such situations in my working experience, in which the very trivial issue can be turned to the Hindu-Muslim riots or whatever the things. And being alone to face those things, we cannot defend or we cannot face each and every person at that time. Sir. And
Right.
if we are not secure, we have not security in that scenario, anything can happen with
Yes.
us. Sir.
Right.
So if this thing is going on, then who will work in public health sector? Everyone will opt for private service or private hospital. So ultimately, there will be affection will be to the people of India on this. So in my opinion, whatever the things are going on by the doctors that are sufficient to protest or sufficient to stand in support with that girl. Sir.
We all should stand together with her. Whom you feel are responsible for such acts, whatever has happened in Archikar? What do you think? इसके लिए
Yes,
जिम्मेदार
sir.
कौन है आपके
In
हिसाब से?
my Ji, sir. In my opinion, sir, always if such a big crime is happening, it does not happen due to one reason, sir. There are many contributory hands to such a big crime happening because as a human being, no one is born with this feeling that I will assault some girl doctor or will assault some male doctor or whatever. The level of crime has happened. No human is born with this thought, sir. This thought is being created or is launched in some of the minds. And as far as our independence, since independence is considered or we have seen, this is not a single incident which has happened in India. Certainly, it may be first or second with doctors, but this has happened many times in India. And today, you are at Delhi, you are living at Delhi, you can also see, sir, you are not secure to send your girl child after some time duration in the city or so. So these things should not happen. And somewhere or other, the public of the people are also responsible for this. Also, the government is responsible because there are no strict laws. One single pressure from any minister or any politician and police officers are not able to do what they should do. So that's a very shameful thing for them and for our society. That what kind of pressure is this? I even being a doctor, I have experienced this kind of pressure from our MLAs or respected ministers or the simple small leaders of the city or the township.
Right.
And that is very undemanding or very ruthless to act on that decision. But being alone or to understand those things or to secure our safety, we have to do it. So this kind of pressure should not be there from politicians or any governmental person. So there are many hands responsible for this, and we have to holistically look at this issue, sir, to resolve this issue.
Yes, yes. And in our
Yes,
country like India, like so many facilities which we have given to public, they are misusing it. In most of
yes,
the
sir.
countries, people have a fear. Even they
Yes, sir.
don't have democracy, so they have a fear. Anything can happen. So with fear also, this thing
Yes,
happens,
sir.
can be controlled.
Yes, sir.
But as you stated rightly,
Yes,
that there are some hands behind them who are supporting them. So these hands, first of all, should be controlled and should not be there.
yes,
Then nobody will even think of doing crime. So definitely there are
yes, sir.
some supporters, which is totally wrong. And
Yes,
I will pray to God also that as early as possible, something good must happen for the family members, for the safety and everything, whatever has happened and should not
yes.
happen again. What are the demands of doctors in their strike?
Yes, sir. In the strike, the basic demands which I have gone through. different posters and all. So the basic demands are the first of all, there should be security in the hospital. There should be certain amount of barrier or strict regulations on person allowed in hospital with the relative with the patient. Also, if there is person the if the person is intoxicated or with any kind of drugs or he is aggressive, uh, there should be some person, some proper person who should accompany with him or to face the situation, because even that person cannot control whatever he is going, whatever the patient is going. So how we are liable for that?
Not
Also, in hospitals, there should be proper barriers or proper working areas where there will be proper distance or something. Barriers should be there so that people cannot attack in aggression easily. In nowadays there is open everything, their contact is very close, so that all can happen very easily, sir. So that is the one thing. And mainly the issue or mainly the demand surrounds towards the security reasons, sir, because especially in casualty or also in government hospitals wards, we do not have any kind of security officers present there to control the people, control the public, and no one listens to the orders given by sisters or head sisters or us. So if there is no cooperation, then how can we work? So these basics are the three demands, sir. Then as per the hospitals or as per the proper guidelines of different organizations among the doctors, the demands are varying, sir.
as early as possible, there must be a right justice for the girl.
Yes, sir.
And I want that that doctor's spirit should rest in peace, because such culprits should not be left openly, because they can go for another crime. It's right, they should go
Yes, sir.
directly for capital punishment as early as possible.
Yes,
And
yes.
as in most of the countries, there are severe punishments for different crimes.
Hmm.
So I believe there must be also a rule in India. Then there must be some severe punishments for the same different crimes. It's not that they should
Yes,
die easily. There must be some severe death for such
yes,
bastards. They should get killed as
yes,
early as possible, punished properly, and with severe type of punishment. Then only there would be a
yes,
fear in the society, among the public, that we should work with noble deeds, will go with noble deeds. It's not that we can do anything in the nation. Okay? And respect the warriors.
yes, sir.
And what measures, like public or ordinary person or patients or over their staff, everything, even the college head, principal, they should take to maintain such type of dignity for the doctors and respect and safety for the doctors, according to you? What any person can do, ordinary person can do, according to you?
So first of all, I would like to say that the respect this profession demands, I think that should be given to the doctors. And secondly, if doctors are working so much selflessly for such long hours and without thinking about their health and sacrificing their food, health, and body for the service of people, so I think that should they deserve in return also. I think that is the minimum thing they are asking in return. So that should be provided. And the female should feel safe during the night duties and otherwise also. Not just doctor, every woman. I think that is the basic demand, or that should be provided to the female. And even the patients and relatives, whatever the various news we are hearing these days, that beating the doctor by the patient's relative or etc., that should be not done. The dignity should be maintained, and respect their profession.
And what type of punishment you expect, किस तरीके की सजा आप चाहते हैं they should get, so that
Sir,
there
I
must be
think
a fear in public?
sir, I think judicial hanging is the only
Capital punishment.
right punishment. Yes, sir.
Okay. You know, in most of the countries, there is punishments are quite severe, like they're very, so that impacts the public to be remain in their limits.
Yes, sir. The fear should be there,
Fear
sir.
should be there.
Yes, sir.
Bhai bhi na hoy na preet, even Ramayana says. So
Yes,
there
sir.
must be a fear for the in the public that we should maintain dignity of every person, whomsoever,
Yes.
boy or girl, and respect the women especially.
Yes, sir.
And it is a great work that doctors are doing such noble work. They are giving their precious time and leaving aside their family, their kids, everything, and they are devoting
Yes.
themselves. So at that time,
Yes,
it is
sir.
our humble duty, as we are respecting the army. Similarly, we should
Yes.
respect the doctors. You are right.
Yes, sir. Yes.